thing that if you don't need to use this teleporter, don't use it. I'll talk about it a little bit in a second because I'm going to go ahead and dash him, hit him with a slow, use my first ability, and hopefully not miss too many auto attacks. There we go. Make pretty quick work of him. We didn't lose basically any health, and now we're going to push this lane pretty heavily. If something happens elsewhere in the map, well, we could rotate to it, but at the same time, I have to keep in mind that the Gold Fury isn't up, Pyromancer isn't up, so there's really no reason for me to be over there. Let me go ahead and clear this camp. And actually, we've run into the jungler, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I don't have beats, but again, I do a lot of damage. My build, I'm really far ahead. He's going to die. I'm going to go ahead and use Learning Bow, which doesn't go through walls apparently, but my ultimate will pick him up, and that will give me that kill. And unless like 5 people rotate over here, oh, actually, he doesn't know I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the slow and start hitting some auto attacks. I don't have my Executioner yet, but I'm going to instantly turn on to the Rama and hit him with the Learning Bow, ensure that I can kill him pretty easily. Again, if Rama comes at me, I need to get rid of him right away because he does damage. Right, same thing with this Merlin. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of him first. Switch my attention over from the Apollo onto him. And now Apollo, now that Apollo's the only one left, he's the last target that I have to go for. My dash is coming up. I'm going to dash after him. One auto attack will allow me to put him in the grave. But that's very important, your order of operations, if you will. Hello, hope you guys are doing well, and today I'm bringing you some Izanami ADC gameplay. It's been a long time since I played Izanami, and I've been dying to go kind of like an old style build, like the one that I used to go kind of back before the on-hit builds kind of just took over. And I think that on Izanami anyways, I don't really like the on-hit build idea too much. So we're playing a old crit build. I don't want to say old because it is new and improved, but like an old style crit build, just a critical strike chance build. I don't know why I had to put old in the title. The build of which is at the top of your screen in the form of a screenshot in case you missed it. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, we're playing some Izanami. In this video, we're going to cover quite a couple of things. We're going to talk a little bit about Izanami, talk about playing ADC as Izanami. Ooh, we might be able to kill him. I'm going to level my dash here, make sure I hit him with the slow. And then a couple more auto attacks is going to be enough to kill him. Actually, Guan Yu's going to go ahead and sunder him when he was one auto attack off, and the auto attack was about a millimeter from making contact with his body. You know, let me not complain. I would have loved to get the first kill, first blood gold. That would have been huge for me. But again, this guy just decided to sunder him instead, which, you know, I gotta respect. Maybe he really thought I was gonna miss, and then he wanted to make sure that we secured the kill. Let's go with that version of the story for now. But yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about Izanami, a little bit about playing ADC, a little bit about playing Izanami in ADC, and then we'll talk about the build pretty in-depthly, as well as just some substitution items that you might want to go in certain different type of situations. And it's gonna be some fun. Also, you can use this exact build in your next game by looking up Daxon in the Smite God Builder system. And you can have this pinned on your store as like kind of a reference, or you can straight up just have it auto build this same exact build for you. You don't even have to think about it. Anyways, right into the video with some strengths and weaknesses. The biggest strength to Izanami, and probably the biggest reason why anyone would play her, is she's very, very good in the early game. And a lot of the times in ADC role, ooh, they're over in this corner. They knew I was here. I wonder if they warded or if they just saw me come in here. I'm going to be able to do some good damage onto this enemy, what's his face, Apollo, who is the support. Fortunately, not going to be able to kill him. Now, I'm pretty low health, but I have some potions ticking. Our junglers in the near area, their junglers here. So after I'm done clearing this way, I'm going to have to dash away. There it is. And maybe we're able to kill this Humbat, especially considering he no longer has his jump. He teleports on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just hit him with a couple of auto attacks, and that will end up granting us the kill. Ooh, did not expect them to dash in. I could have Aegis, but I'm sure that they'll be able to pick up the kill on probably both of them, to be honest. There's the Rama gone. Anyways, as I was mentioning earlier, biggest upside is her early game. Her clear, it really is unmatched. Rama kind of could match her clear in a way, but Rama can do it conditionally where she just does it naturally. Her clear really is unmatched. Like maybe Neith at a certain part in the game, she can out clear her, but at the same time, Neith has to use an ability. You just auto attack. You can tell here because her auto attacks just go through everything. You can out clear, and then when you out clear, it allows you to be aggressive like I am here and hit a couple of auto attacks. And either force the minion wave into the tower, which will mean they lose gold, or just get some free nice poke on them, which is always nice. We're going to go ahead and come over here and clear this camp. They shouldn't be able to come over here in time to stop me from doing this. I don't know why they're going into the left. I'm going to call missing. I actually have no idea why they're going over there. Maybe clearing the back camps, which I guess is something they could do. I want to make sure that I grab this blue buff. I put a lot of emphasis in grabbing as many jungle camps as I can surrounding the ADC lane. I think that that's the absolute most important thing when it comes to playing ADC, is making sure that you take control of the jungle, and specifically the camps that run along the equator, the neutral XP. They can't get here in time to steal this, so I'll be able to pick it up and then get away without being in too much danger. But yeah, so I got the gold camp on the right, and then now I've got that blue buff in the left. I'm letting him know that there's a ward there because I don't want him walking over the ward and letting them know. If they place a ward down there, there's probably a ward up top as well. But at the very least, if he comes through the top, then they won't have as much time to retreat. They're going to both dash on me, which puts it in a pretty decent position for him to come in and kill them both. Rama kind of saw him on the ward right away and managed to get away. We could try to chase after this Apollo, but at the end of the day, Apollo does have ultimate, so he's just going to stay here and press 4 the minute we catch up to him. There it is. And that's his ultimate, so we won't be able to kill him. But the jungler is over on the left side. If Apollo lands on him, we could be in a pretty good position to do quite a lot here. Ooh, horrible wall from our Ymir actually ends up putting him out of harm's way from the Guan Yu ultimate. That is so unfortunate. I'm going to throw some auto attacks his way. He's going to get frozen. I'm going to throw the ultimate and dash away. The ultimate was able to kill him. Ymir was able to kill the Apollo. I do have the Aegis if necessary against the Rama, and I'm just going to end up backing up. I don't really feel like dying. Nice little poke damage. But yeah, nice job. Good gank. The wall was a little bit questionable. Kind of did throw and allow the Apollo to get under tower when the Guan Yu was already ulting him, so he would have already gotten stunned anyways. Wall was kind of unnecessary, ended up working against us. But hey, we managed to kill them both anyway, so I guess it ends up working in our favor. But yeah, like I was mentioning, great early game, great clear. She has a very nice escape. It goes a pretty long distance, but the thing with the escape is it is kind of telegraphed. It's really easy to kind of know where she's going to land. And specifically when I'm playing against Izanami's, I tend to just throw my ultimate or whatever ability I have where I know they're going to land. So if I were to give you a tip within the regards of her dash, that maybe sometimes you want to add a little bit of variety towards how you're utilizing your dash. And especially if they tend to be that type of player that actually does just throw stuff where you're going to be once you're at the end of that dash, then maybe you might think to not dash the full duration, or sorry, the full distance all of the time. Add some variety, keep them guessing. I've seen some cool clips of people literally dashing a millimeter away, and then the enemy just starts booking it towards the longest version of the dash, and then you're just walk the opposite direction. Throw a little bit of variety in there, make it a little bit unpredictable. When she dashes away, is she going to dash right next to me? Is she going to dash all the way far away from me as far as she can get? Is she going to dash halfway? And maybe once you add some of that variety in the use of that ability, it's going to be a little bit harder for enemies to pin you down. And it's just kind of those little mind games that come together to make it really hard for your enemy laners to pin down. Nice, he's going to dash away when I use my stim, as is probably the smartest thing. And he's going to do a lot of damage. And also he can shoot through minions, so I have to keep that in mind. I do have the ultimate though. I only have to hit about 1 auto attack into an ultimate, and that's going to grant me the kill. Very good thing to do with Izanami too. Even when building full auto attack or crit like we are in this case, which is full auto attack damage based, the ultimate still has an immense amount of base damage. So a lot of the times people aren't going to expect it as a finisher, especially in a situation like that. People tend to expect you to use that, can I please dash, and back, because the jungler was in mid, he's no longer in mid, so chances are he's coming over here. Please take a look at your minimap. As you can tell there he was looking for me. Look at your minimap all of the time. After I killed the Rama, I instantly looked at my minimap and noticed that he was in mid, right? Now the weird part was that my team still continued to fight the enemy team in the mid lane, except he was nowhere to be found, although he had a decent amount of health left. So why would he leave that fight and leave his team to fight by themselves when he had health left and resources left to continue to fight? Well, probably because he's coming for me, right? Look at your minimap at all times. But yeah, I think I might be able to kill him here again. This is a very, very awful position to be for him, super far away from the tower. I'm going to make sure that I hit a lot of my auto attacks. I'm going to dash after him, hit him with a slow. Ultimate is going to buy him a lot of time. I'm looking at my minimap. I don't see the jungler. I don't see the enemy support, and that could be quite scary. Also, he's juking a lot of my auto attacks. At the end of the day, he's really low. The only thing that can save him is someone else showing up. There's the Apollo. Missed the ultimate, though. I thought I had beads. I don't have beads. And now the Apollo should die pretty easily here as well, as he's out of mana. I ended up using my Aegis, forgetting that I didn't have beads, and I was trying to beads the mesmerize so that I can ensure that I guarantee myself that kill, and I also don't take free damage from being mesmerized. It ended up working out in our favor, even though the Aegis was a little bit of a waste. And now with 2 people dead on the duo side, I'm going to call the Gold Fury, because at the end of the day, this is the best way to win all of your games guaranteed, is to heavily focus on these objectives. If you get a kill or 2, try to turn it into something more, right? In the early game, you might try to turn it into a camp invasion, or just securing all of the camps in the area, making sure that you push a full wave into the tower so that the enemy doesn't get XP and gold from it back when they return to lane. In the mid game, you want to heavily turn these kills, these small wins, into much larger advantages for your team. Gold Furies and Pyromancers need to be taken out basically on cooldown. And later on in the game, my goal is going to be to take the lead that I've had in this lane, or rather have continued to gain, or grow my lead and continue to stay on par with it. But I'm also going to take this lead and spread it across the map by rotating over to Gold Furies, Pyromancers, mid fights, and things of that nature. I don't know why he's fighting me when he's so far behind. Granted, I am letting him get a lot of cheap damage across the wall, but it is going to work in my favor because I'm going to bait him into going in, and at the end of the day, I have a lot more itemization than him, and now ulting, he can't do anything except for auto attack. I have my Lernium Bow, one more auto will end up putting him in the grave, and now I could clear a wave. I'm waiting to see if the jungler pops up, and there's the jungler over there. So now I can stay in this lane, ensuring that I'm going to be just fine, considering that I know that the jungler is nowhere near. He's literally on the other side of the map on the left jungle. So I can do whatever I want in this lane and know that I'm completely safe to do so without the fear of getting shut down. Because weirdly enough, the more kills that you get, you would imagine the more aggressive you want to be and push your lead. It's actually quite the opposite. The more kills that you get, the more careful you want to be, because when they eventually kill you, if you have quite a lot of kills, it's very easy to shut you down. Right? And when they shut you down and you have like a bunch of kills, they're going to get a nice 600, 700, it maxes out at 750 gold off of killing you. And that one person is going to get about the equivalent of 3 to 4 Gold Furies just from killing you, depending on what time the Gold Furies are taken. Right? If they're early game Gold Furies, it's literally the equivalent of 3 to 4 Gold Furies just off of killing you. You don't want someone to have that advantage. It will literally turn into a full item that they can finish off. So if you get a lot of kills, play a little bit more safer. But at the same time, that doesn't mean not to fight the enemy. That doesn't mean not to invade their jungle, which is definitely what I want to start doing here with my lead. It just means pay attention to your mini map, place some wards on the map, and make sure that you're not just intentionally walking into 11 billion people. Yeah, he doesn't want to fight me. I'm going to place a ward on his camp to see if it's up. If not, so I guess I want to get rid of this tower so that I can start rotating very effectively elsewhere in the map. I should be able to kill him here soon. Jungler, again, is in solo lane, so I could be as aggressive as I want here, knowing that the jungler isn't going to show up. Mid laner, I don't see. Support, I don't see on the map. See, the waves have met in middle, and I don't see the mid laner, so that's a little bit scary. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it a little bit safer, unless I see that they start a team fight and there's the mid laner. Now I can be very, very aggressive. I'm going to go ahead and dash in on him, hit him with a slow, activate my first ability, attempt to hit him with some auto attacks. If he doesn't want to fight me, that's fine. Then I'll just take the tower and I'll fight him after, right? Now I can go ahead and hit some auto attacks on him. My Lernium Bow is up. My ultimate was missed, but also did kind of force him to juke in a weird way that allowed me to guarantee a bunch of auto attack hits. And we'll kill him for my 7th kill of the match and invade some of the jungle. And I'm going to place a ward on the speed to see if this is up. If it's up, then I'll take it. If not, then I won't. Actually, I might not want to be back here because I just saw that the enemy jungler is in my lane and he's going to check his speed buff if it is up, and I don't want to be caught in there without my ultimate. But now that I've made the rotation over here, like I mentioned earlier, one of my goals was going to be to rotate over to assist them in getting some of these objectives. Here we are. I killed him. There's literally no reason for me. Oh, dude, he's going to steal this. This sucks. That is not fun. That's really unfortunate, but you get the idea. Rotating over to help some of your team get some of these objectives. There's really no point for me to just stay in my lane forever farming and trying to take down that tower. I'm just going to allow the team to rotate on me, and I'm going to be like a million yards away from my tower. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you are, make sure to like, comment, and specifically subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Also, I have an Izanami like beginner's guide where I cover absolutely everything you need to know about Izanami. If that's something you're interested in, if you're a bit newer to Izanami, this video is going to help. But if you know nothing about her, then I recommend watching that video. Or just watch any of my other guides. I have guides for a bunch of characters. I have like general Smite guides, like my complete Smite 2 beginner's guide. And then I have like regular build videos like the one you're watching now. Also do subscribe, or rather not subscribe, join the Discord if you have any questions for me, want to play some games with me, or just want some friendly non-toxic people to play Smite 2 with. That's an absolutely wonderful place to do so. You can find some friends to play Smite 2 with. You can take part in our community, like viewer games that we always have fun with. It's a great place to be at. Join. You could always leave if you don't enjoy it, but it'll be fun, I promise. And then finally and lastly, follow me on Twitch for live Smite 2 gameplay. It's a bit of a different experience in these videos. It's always fun to interact with you guys live and ask questions directly. You can play with me usually when I'm live or doing community like viewer games. It's just a blast. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport over to the left side. Again, there's no real reason for me to stay in the ADC lane now that I'm this far ahead, and I really could assist with some of these team fights. Sure, I'm sacrificing a little bit of golden experience from not being in my lane farming, but I have a pretty easy time of getting some of that golden experience back, knowing that I'm probably going to get kills over here, considering how far ahead I am. I'm going to dash after him, hit him with the slow, activate my first ability. 3 or 2 auto attacks will allow me to pick up that kill, and then I'm going to turn around and hopefully save our Ymir here by hitting him with the silence, ensuring that he can't do much of anything. Learning bow will be activated and it will give us enough damage to kill him. And now I want to push this, right? 3 people are dead. This fire giant should be basically guaranteed, considering that the last 2 people that are still alive can't show up to this because they will instantly die, considering just how outnumbered they are, right? And we already know that Ram was all the way across the map. So if someone's going to come over to this, it's just going to be the Merlin. And I think that 4 of us, literally 3 of us or 2 of us can go try to stop him. And then 2 of us can just stay doing this. But at the same time, he didn't really show up to it. So I think that we're good. We got the gold, or rather fire giant for free. And now I'm going to go ahead and use my teleporter to go back over to the right lane and probably not save the tower, but kill him for sure. That's another thing that if you don't need to use this teleporter, don't use it. I'll talk about it a little bit in a second because I'm going to go ahead and dash him, hit him with a slow, use my first ability, and hopefully not miss too many auto attacks. There we go. Make pretty quick work of him. We didn't lose basically any health, and now we're going to push this lane pretty heavily. If something happens elsewhere in the map, well, we could rotate to it, but at the same time, I have to keep in mind that the Gold Fury isn't up, Pyromancer isn't up, so there's really no reason for me to be over there. Let me go ahead and clear this camp. And actually, we've run into the jungler, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I don't have beats, but again, I do a lot of damage. My build, I'm really far ahead. He's going to die. I'm going to go ahead and use Learning Bow, which doesn't go through walls apparently, but my ultimate will pick him up, and that will give me that kill. And unless like 5 people rotate over here, then I probably will be able to get this tower pretty easily. I don't foresee me using the blade to save my life anytime soon, so I'm actually just going to use it for attack speed so I can burn this tower faster, and then I can just leave this lane probably for the remainder of the match, to be honest. Now that both towers are down, I'm as far ahead as I am. I don't really have any more further need to be here. Also, they're probably rotating over here. I'm going to pick up this buff and then run. Oh, they're here. I don't have my ultimate to silence him. I don't know how far ahead he is or what his build is, but I'm just going to start auto-attacking him. Now that Rama's here, I'm actually going to go on the Rama, Aegis the ultimate onto the Achilles. A couple of auto-attacks into a dash away, and thankfully the support is here to assist me in making my quick escape. Very nice job by my support rotating to help me. Also, very nice job to me for knowing that, or rather realizing that I don't have Executioner yet or any real form to do a decent amount of damage to this enemy solo laner. So I just went over and killed the Rama for a guaranteed kill through. The solo laner didn't want a body block for him apparently because he was too tunnel vision and trying to kill me. And so I was able to kill him pretty easily and then receive some help on my escape. Gold Fury is going to fall very, very easily and further cement our humongous lead over the enemy team. I think that the game got really, what's the word? Like it was really I was really active from the start. I do play a very aggressive ADC. I had a really big lead and there were a lot of fights going on, so I didn't really have time to do my complete like pros and cons. So before I get started with the build, I'm just going to quickly say one of her cons that I think is very important is that she has no CC immunity. You have to keep that in mind. She also doesn't have any hard CC outside of her ultimate, which is a silence, which I think could be considered a hard CC. I don't think so though. Either way, it's not going to be one of those CCs where you just stop someone from moving. I'm going to do quite a lot of damage here. Ult the Apollo off of the Ymir ult, and that will get him killed. Rama's going to go up in the air, which is going to actually allow him to not insta-die to me. But he might still end up dying. Again, if it's just him by himself, I think I'm going to be able to fight him pretty easily here. At least I'm able to get him out of the way enough to grab this tower pretty easily. I'm doing a decent amount of damage to him, not as much as I would like, but again, we're working on the executioner right now. Speaking of the builds, as I attempt to grab this Phoenix, I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I can certainly try. Actually, it's definitely going to be possible. He's the only one alive. I didn't even notice. We definitely won't be able to end. I know that for a fact. So I'm going to start talking about the build here. If you're going to be going critical strike chance, I highly recommend that you go for Gilded Arrow. Just having that guaranteed critical strike chance from your starter item means that you can be a little bit more diverse with your build later on, right? You don't have to focus on too many critical strike chance items within your build outside of your starter item, and that allows you to buy other things like Tank Shred, other things like heavy attack speed, or something like a Learning Bow, which is what I have in this specific game. And I'm a very big believer. Oh, actually, he doesn't know I'm here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the slow and start hitting some auto attacks. I don't have my executioner yet, but I'm gonna instantly turn on to the Rama and hit him with the Learning Bow, ensure that I can kill him pretty easily. Again, if Rama comes at me, I need to get rid of him right away because he does damage. Right, same thing with this Merlin. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of him first. Switch my attention over from the Apollo onto him, and now that Apollo's the only one left, he's the last target that I have to go for. My dash is coming up. I'm gonna dash after him. One auto attack will allow me to put him in the grave, but that's very important, your order of operations, if you will, or your order of priorities. You have to prioritize the people that can kill you. The Apollo is the support. He's building tanky, he has aspect. Viable support, yes, doesn't do much damage, right? And it takes me a lot to kill him. It takes me a long time to kill him. But if Rama shows up, I can one-shot the Rama very easily and get him off of the board so Rama cannot damage me. Rama can do a decent amount of damage. He's dead, by the way. Rama can do... Ooh, I might actually die. Maybe if he missed some autos. I almost won, which considering how little health I had, that's very impressive. But yeah, like I was mentioning, Rama can kill me. So I switch onto the Rama and make sure that he's no longer on the board. I can one-shot him and delete him from that fight and no longer have to deal with him. Right? Now I'm fighting the Apollo and the Merlin shows up, same thing. I know Apollo's low health, but I need to get the Merlin out of the way because I can't let him hit me with his full combo or I'm going to die. So then I kill the Merlin. And if someone else were to have shown up, like a Humbat, and even if Apollo was like 4 auto attacks away from death, I would still turn and kill the Humbats first because again, Humbats can kill me. Apollo cannot. Apollo would be the last thing on my priority list in that specific situation. Obviously, there's other situations in which you might want to kill him first. If he happened to be an issue this game, but he's not, I mean, he really is no pressure, then we were to kill him. Put a little bit more priority on him. But I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to start talking about the build because we are 22 minutes into this game and I'm running out of time. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the Gold Fury. And like I mentioned, it's very nice to get some critical strike chance through your starter items. So you don't have to get too much critical strike chance in your other regular kind of core items. And it allows you to be a little bit more versatile with your build. After that, Devil Gloves, I mean, lifesteal is kind of a necessity to me in this current kind of state of the game. I find that it's not as simple as just, I can lifesteal when I'm fighting you, so I'm going to win the fight. It's literally comes down to even like I lifesteal off of every wave that I clear, so I can stay a little bit longer than you can, right? I lifestealed off of this wave, and every wave for that matter, so I can stay longer to get an extra wave or two, an extra minion or two. I can stay longer to clear this camp, right? I'm in a healthier position, so you're not going to step up to me and stop me from clearing this camp. Ooh, Rama, I might not be able to kill him here, especially if I don't Aegis the Achilles ult. That was a little bit or not a little bit, a lot too much ego for me to walk up to their entire team like that without my team anywhere near. So I'm not gonna lie, I do deserve to die for that one. And thankfully I'd already been shut down, so it's not like there was much to lose. But yeah, moving on to the remainder of the build. I'm thinking maybe a Rip Talon. Help me to stay. I like lifesteal a lot. Maybe a Rip Talon. So I should definitely upgrade my starter first. Anyways, where were we? So yeah, that's what the value behind the lifesteal is. And also, even in the later half of the game, it's I joined this fight, I killed you, I happen to be very low in health, I'm gonna go clear 2 jungle camps and come back at over half health and continue to be part of the fight. Right, things of that nature are quite important. Up next, Learning Bow. Learning Bow is an item that I kind of like a lot. I haven't been using much often. It's a button that's going to throw out a couple of arrows for you, and they're not affected by like they don't slow you for using them, and they're also quite fast. It's a really great use, like great amount of burst damage that happens really, really quickly, and it doesn't really cost you anything but a cooldown. You don't get slowed like you would by just regularly auto attacking. It's just very, very efficient amount of burst damage. If you don't want to go learning bow, or you don't want to go an active item because you're not too good at using the buttons, like you don't have the muscle memory for it yet, then you can go something like a dagger frenzy, which granted is also a let me actually kill this guy. So I'm setting up for Fire Giant. I know that he wants to try to steal this, so I'm going to go ahead and ult him to ensure that he can't dash away, use my first abilities, make sure that I slow him. One more auto will allow me to kill him, and now maybe this Fire Giant's guaranteed. If they show up, we're going to have to fight for it. We definitely don't want to keep doing the Fire Giant if a bunch of them show up. If just one person shows up, then I'm sure I can depart and kill him. But if like 2 or 3 people show up, then we're going to be in big trouble, and it looks like it's just that, 2 or 3 people. I don't have burst outside of my ultimate, which I already used, so I want to make sure that I tell my team that we should probably retreat and take the fight instead. At the end of the day, they are outnumbered, so it's something we should be able to win, but the team isn't letting go of this fire, so my only real thing to do here is try to take it with learning bow. That's my only form of burst, and unfortunately they end up stealing it, and now we're in a horrible position. I really wish my team would have listened to dropping it, and this guy's doing quite a lot of damage. I'm gonna try to get away here. Maybe if I can keep my distance, I might be able to fight him. No, as long as he doesn't come for me. Oh god, he's coming for me, and he does so much damage. I'm gonna dash away, and I'm gonna have to Aegis the Sunder, which would have killed me. But I can hear Apollo ulting. I wonder if I can juke him, but even if I juke him, that of which I did, it's not going to be enough. Damn, that is rough. I really wish we hadn't gone for that Fire Giant. And actually, matter of factly, I don't even think I'm going to go for the Rip Talon. I'm going to upgrade my starter and then kind of lose a little bit of gold selling it. And I'm going to get a Kinsblade, which I don't usually get, but I seem to have a lot of trouble with this Achilles. And sometimes you have to make some decisions when it comes to your build to help deal with whoever you're having issues with, right? I'm having issues with this Achilles. This Achilles is literally exclusively going on me because I'm 17 kills in and 4 deaths in, right? He knows that I am the beating heart of this team, and that if I'm dying, then a lot of things are going to be easier for the enemy team. So I'm going to, recognizing the fact that I can't kill him without any further itemization against him, and recognizing the fact that he is intent on going on me and making sure that I can't do anything in these team fights, I'm going to go ahead and forego my last item, which was at first going to be Hasten Fatalis, because I was really far ahead, and I think that that's a very nice form of mobility. Then turn into a Rip Talon because I thought that I could out lifesteal his damage. Now I'm thinking upon it, that was really stupid. I'm gonna go Kinsblade and ensure that I can do enough damage to be threatening to him so he can't just go on me, right? So that's my next item. After Learning Bow, if you don't like Learning Bow, Dagger Frenzy is a good idea. It's an item that is also, I might be able to kill him here. I'm going to start with my 1. Unfortunately, I do miss my slow. I have my ultimate. I have my Learning Bow available. I'm going to hit him with some auto attacks here. That's his agility relic down. I'm going to save my ultimate for when my team is here. That way I ensure that he can't dash once my team is here to assist me in actually killing him, because he is quite tanky. He's building tank. Nice little wall. From the Ymir, we'll be able to pick up that kill, and now this is gonna look like we're just gonna stare at each other. I would recommend we do mid Phoenix because I don't know if we can brute force this Titan, but in case we are able to end, I have to start speed running the build. So yeah, Dagger Frenzy is another active item, but you don't have to pop that one. It's not time sensitive. You can pop it before the fight and still make use of it during the fight, whereas learning and bow is time sensitive. The minute you pop it, it goes off, and you know that's when you use it. Whereas any other item, ooh, he does so much damage, man. And I don't have my Kinsblade yet. I one-shot myself and died. I should have Aegis. That's so unfortunate. But you see what I'm saying? Once I have this Kinsblade, that coupled with the Executioner, it's going to make it a hell of a lot of an easier time to fight him. I'm going to be a lot more threatening to him. And that's going to allow him to stop bullying me, which is he is very intent in doing. And again, good job to him for noticing that I'm literally the entire T-screen, as you can tell. And he knows that if he can shut me down, if he can stop me from being effective in these team fights, and my team is intent on not helping heal him off of me, then that would be the best bet for his team winning, is to get rid of me. And now this team fight without me again is probably not going to go too well. I gotta start talking about the build because we're running out of time. Probably by next fight we're going to just straight up end the game. So yeah, Dagger of Frenzy is good. Even something like an Odysseus bow, although I don't really like it first item or second item, could be useful for a lot of attack speed and some good help in the team fights with dealing some extra damage, AoE damage. Something like a Tearfang or a Broggy's Harp is decent as well. I tend to like their name bow. I like Odysseus bow a lot too, for that matter. And then after that, Demon Blade, I want to start working on some of the crit items, and Demon Blade is probably the best crit item if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to have to defend this all by myself. I'm going to start by initiating on him. I'm going to silence him this time, learning a little bit from my mistakes. I can't allow him to cast abilities on me, and now I'm going to dash away to grab a little bit of distance between me and him, but that coupled with the Guan Yu stun will allow me to kill him pretty easily. And now I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I don't die, but also my goal isn't to kill them here. My goal is to defend the Phoenix, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I cannot defend the Phoenix if I'm 0 health. So my job is to keep them off of the Phoenix and not so much kill them. And now that the Phoenix is safe, I can go back and buy my Kinsblade. So that coupled with the fact that I'm going to play a little bit more smartly against this Achilles. The problem was that I was underestimating him pretty heavily before. That coupled with the fact that I'm going to play a little bit more smartly when he's around should allow him to be like no issue. And now that Achilles is dead, we should do Fire Giant. He's kind of the bulk of their team. But yeah, I already told my team over voice chat to do fire. Guan Yu should be enough. 2 of them are dead. I mean, this should be a pretty free low Fire Giant. I'll keep my learning about... Oh, I meant to ward. And I bombed. Make sure that there's no one in this bush, but then I'll save my learning bow for a little bit of burst at the end of this to make sure that we can secure it in case someone shows up. Demon Blade's probably going to be the best crit item because it gives you attack speed and crit. So rather, why would he use that? I don't know. Rather than buy more crit, you can buy more attack speed. This is something that I tell a lot of people all the time. The people that love to build like 100, 80% crit, 100% crit. There are 2 ways to increase your critical strike chance. It's to buy more critical strike items, or it's to buy more attack speed, because if you throw out more auto attacks, each of those auto attacks has a chance to crit. So those are the 2 ways that you can increase your auto attack speed. I'm gonna again silence him, playing a little bit more smartly to ensure he can't really damage me. I'm gonna ignore him and go for the Merlin, throw some auto attacks his way, 600, 500, and he is dead. And now finally we're moving on to the Rama, which if this dash would have worked immediately, I might have been able to kill, but now we're gonna have to siege this what is it, thingy, Phoenix. I'm gonna ignore, I'm gonna stop commentating over what's happening in the game because I have to finish talking about the items. So yeah, the only difference between increasing your critical strike chance by buying more critical strike chance or buying attack speed, and now I have Kinsblade, darling. I can do quite a lot of damage to you, so don't try me again and have fun dying. Nice, we were able to kill him, and that should be the end of the game. 20 kills and 5 deaths. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. Let me finish talking about the build. I had like 30 minutes to talk about the build and I just ignored it. The only difference between increasing your critical strike chance through crit and increasing it through attack speed is useful for things other than crit, right? Critical strike chance only works by giving you more crit, whereas attack speed gives you a higher chance to crit, but it also makes it so that your proc execution are faster, more procs of Tearfang if you're going Tearfang, more procs of Kinsblade dealing more damage, right? Attack speed is going to be helpful for multiple things, to include giving you more critical strike chance. Whereas if you buy critical strike chance, that's all you're going to do. You're going to crit more often. Whereas with attack speed, you're going to crit more often, and you're also going to do a million other things that attack speed is useful for, right? And this is important because critical strike chance can also be countered, right? If you put all of your eggs into that critical strike chance basket, and then the enemy team buys spectral armor, that's kind of a big hit. Whereas if you diversify and you have 3 crit items, including your starter item, and you have a bunch of attack speed items, you have some tank shred items, they can't counter you easily, right? They buy spectral armor, okay, they countered some of my crit, but I also have tank shred, and I also have a bunch of attack speed, right? And it makes it a lot harder to be countered, and I think that tends to be very effective. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry that this one went a little bit long. Also join the Discord, follow the Twitch, all of those things down in the description. I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Love you. Bye.